All right, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Browns free agency update. My man Mike Antonace back up in the building. Mike, what's happening?
Yo, what is going on? Hello, beautiful people. Hope you all are having a great evening for this lovely Monday night. Nice day out today.
First day of spring.
Oh, really? Didn't
I think
feel like it.
today was the first day, wasn't it?
No, I don't know anything. I just let the days roll, kind of go
Feels
with
like
it.
spring. Felt like it actually does feel like spring when I was out tonight. Felt pretty good. Better than what we had over the weekend. I can tell you that.
Oh, so much better.
Gosh, that was awful. What was it? Saturday. Saturday I talked to you and it was just blistering cold. I was outside. I got caught in the snow. I said,
Oh,
"What
it
the
was
hell is
pretty heavy
this?"
snow too. We were getting. Gotta love Ohio.
Yeah, gotta love it. But one day it's 70, the next day it's snowing and 20. But yeah, we're here for the Browns though. Browns free agency update. Mike and I will give our quick update on what we see this offseason so far and some grades. Mike, what do you see so far? What's been your favorite signing?
I mean, every signing has been excellent in my opinion. I think Andrew Barry. I'm a big Andrew Barry stan. I'll be the first to mention that. I think he has addressed all of our needs in a very meticulous and smart way. We haven't really overpaid for anybody, but we've made really important signings in all of the key positions and areas of need. My favorite, just because it was I think this is everybody's favorite. If I may be so bold, but Dalvin Tomlinson definitely got to be my favorite signing. I'm sure it's everybody else's. It was our biggest area of need. We get um, just an absolute run stuffer who had a great pressure rate last year. A lot of Vikings fans say that he was their best defender overall. Not a lot of sacks, 2.5, but that's not what he's being brought in for at all. He's just being brought in to just fucking get the pressures in, eat double teams, and stop the run. And he's been
Hmm.
excellent at that his whole career. And let me add, so our highest rated defensive tackle by PFF was Taven Bryan. He was 93rd. Last year, Dalvin Tomlinson was the 17th ranked defensive tackle in the league. So that is a huge upgrade over what we currently have.
Anything better than what we had, really.
Oh, yeah.
Not to, I mean, but no, he is a bigger upgrade. He can stop the run. He's got a pretty good getting pressure in the backfield, which is really that's all you really need right there when you got Miles Garrett. I mean,
Right.
now I like the signing, Obo, whatever his name is. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it.
Agba Aconcro, he's going by 007.
Obo, Ogbo, yeah, 007. We'll just call him that. But I really like that signing. I think he's a perfect fit alongside Miles with his speed, the way he just bull rushes. I think was he second or third in double teams?
He
Was he
was
last year?
third.
Third.
Yeah,
So
third.
and Garrett was one. I think Watt was probably two. So
Yep. Bosa was two. Watt
Obo
was
was two,
four.
four. All right, but still, I mean, that's pretty good company to be in. And you're playing with alongside one of those guys, guy who's number one. So
Right,
I'm
and
all
he had a
about
top 10 pressure rate too. I'm all about it.
I'm all about it. But yeah, I'm all
Think so.
about it. Now, I do like Juan Thornhill. I think the Juan Thornhill signing was pretty good. You get a veteran in here to win a championship or two championships, right? I think, yeah, two championships. A lot of experience. They needed that. They needed a vet. So I'm all about that as well. What do you think about the Thornhill signing?
I actually wanted Juan Thornhill the whole time. If you look at the safety market, obviously Jesse Bates was the biggest, like, sexy signing, if you will.
Hmm.
Um, just I mean, he's an two-time All Pro. Like, you can't get much better than that. But like with what we were trying to spend at safety, Juan Thornhill just seemed like the best signing in my opinion. C.J. Gardner Johnson was great last year, but last year, if you really look at it, that was kind of like an outlier year. The 6 interceptions and all that, all those stats. If you look at Juan Thornhill's stats, he's more consistent. When he got an expanded role after Matthew left, Honey Badger,
Hmm.
um, he was excellent. Rangy free safety. He took 70% of all of his snaps at free safety. And I want to be the first to say, I don't think JJ3 is a bad football player. I don't. I think he was out of position a lot here. I think Joe Woods was asking him to do things that he's just not naturally good at. If you looked at
We had
what
a
he
lot of
did
guys
at
out
the
of position
Rams,
here.
oh yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
Joe Woods was awful.
we had a lot of guys out of position.
So I wish for great success for JJ3 wherever he goes, but Juan Thornhill definitely makes more sense. He's a rangy free safety. You got Grant Delpit, who really kind of like exploded into his role as a box safety. But yeah, I love that signing. That's the free safety I wanted us to sign. I'm glad we were able to wrap him up, and we did at a very good price, $7 million a year.
Yeah, and I don't think they didn't need to pay 15 or more for a safety. I don't think.
Oh God, no.
You have bigger needs, so put that money elsewhere. And I think, like you said, I think Grant's gonna do even better with Schwartz's system. I think he's gonna be developed better more. So I think Juan
I
Thornhill
agree.
alongside him is the best combo. Uh, they still have Ronnie Harrison too, don't they?
He's a
Is he
free
still
agent.
retired?
I don't
Is he
think we're
free
going to
agent?
re-sign him.
I wonder who
Yeah,
they're gonna bring in
and
to replace him. Draft his replacement?
I actually think they're going to give DeAnthony Bell a shot because
Yeah.
I really don't know how many three because Joe Woods loved that three safety dime package sets, and Jim Schwartz doesn't run that a whole lot. So I
No.
think you'll see because Joe Woods like to put a safety in the nickel, and I just don't think we're going to see that as much. So I
No.
wouldn't be surprised if you see like we signed Mike Ford today, who I actually really liked. We could talk about him a little bit. He's a great special teamer, ace, great gunner, and he did play a lot of snaps in the nickel. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had him in there.
Seems
Um,
like a Bubba Ventrone signing.
oh, absolutely, him and Jordan Kunizak. I
Yeah.
can't
He
pronounce his
played
name.
well last year on special teams.
Oh, he played very well. And hell, he even
Yeah.
played decently at linebacker when he had to take snaps there.
Yeah, we can
Um,
use somebody there.
oh, absolutely.
I think
I think that's more of a draftable piece. I think we're going to draft a
man, they
linebacker.
got to get somebody. I mean, Bobby Wagner's still out there. Would you pursue him? I mean, it's worth a shot.
I mean, if it depends where the market is. There's a cat out of that played for Chicago, Moreau, who played pretty well after they traded Roquan Smith,
Yeah.
and I think that is a more realistic signing over Bobby Wagner because I think Bobby Wagner, even though he's older, he still was technically by PFF the number one graded linebacker last year.
I think he still
So,
can still bring value to a team trying to
oh,
compete.
he
Because
definitely can. I'm
that's
just
what we
saying, I
need
think
though, and
he's
he's a
too
veteran.
expensive.
I'm like, we need that in the middle because AWOC went and visited with the Commanders. So I don't know if you're bringing him back now, which I'm not sure if I like that or not. I would have brought him back
I would have
because
brought him back. I don't know what that is.
that's a
That's
big
I
piece they got to
agree.
replace. Now, the
I
one
agree.
thing I like you, I like the signings on defense. I liked it, but I like the sign of Jordan Akins. He played with just a backup tight end. I don't have a
Oh yeah,
problem
we
with
didn't
it.
even talk about Akins. He had a career year last year too.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's a good sign, but it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. It's a backup. I mean, but the wide receiver thing, they got to get that settled quick. I mean, this receiver thing, I like the free agency, but wide receiver and linebacker, we got to do a lot better than what we got. We can't roll in the training camp with this. I don't. I
Right.
mean, so I mean,
And
what do you see at wide receiver? I mean, we've heard some names that are out there.
right.
McCall Hardman's still out there. OBJ's in the mix for the right price. You got D Hop trade, possible Jerry Judy trade. I mean, what do you see there?
Well, first of all, if I had to pick out of all the names that we just listed, I would pick Jerry Judy first and foremost. He is an absolute AB trade. You know, former first round pick out of Alabama, only 23 years old, has put up decent numbers considering the QB play he's had in Denver.
Yeah.
And I think he would flourish in this system with Deshaun, who would arguably be the best quarterback he's played with. You know, by the numbers, Russ, obviously has had a lot of great seasons, but he wasn't good last year. And Jerry Judy still almost got 1,000 yards. He had 950 something with like 5 or 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I would love that if the price is right. We could sign for it. I'm of the mind that any wide receiver we sign isn't necessarily a bad thing for the needs we're looking for. I'm not as high on McCole Hardman as most are, it seems. If you check Twitter, I know you're a fan as well. I'm just not that high on him, especially with, he's
I want
asking
him
for
as like
10
a.
mil a year.
I want him as brought in like the second pick. I think they need to bring in three receivers, draft or trade for one, or sign one, sign another one like him, and then draft another one.
And I could see them possibly doing that. I think they're going to go in with at least five. It looks like they're keeping Jakeem Grant, so technically six, even though he's going to be designated as your returner. Um, so they keep five, Cooper, DPJ, possible free agency / trade target, David Bell, a draft pick, and then Jakeem Grant. But I just don't. I'm not really
I would
hot
look
on.
at it as Amari, DPJ, and Bell. And the only one I really that's proven out of them is really Amari. I'm not really a. I don't know if DPJ is like. I don't think he's your second option. We don't know David Bell. I like David Bell. We don't know about him though. I mean, I think they got to get this receiver thing solved because
I agree. I agree
you can make the
wholeheartedly. They
argument.
definitely.
I know everybody was harping on the defensive line, and rightfully so. But
Oh, that was definitely,
they
yeah.
got it. This receiver thing is just as important, I think. Because you made a $237 million investment. You got to pay that off, and you got to get this.
Oh, I agree.
They have nobody outside of Amari that can get open, create separation. They have no top end speed. And they haven't done anything. Paris Campbell, who could have been a piece just to add, he went for $3 million for a year.
Right. And here, I agree with that. I don't know if it's because they're looking for a more long-term option there. I don't know because if you look at, I can't tell under the Barry regime, we really don't sign offensive pieces for 1 year. Have you noticed that? Because I've noticed that. We don't sign
They signed
1-year deals on the offense. Huh?
Didn't they just sign Akins for 2?
2 years, yeah. We don't do prove-it deals on offense. We just don't.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I could see the I don't know if Jerry Judy's available, but
if he is, I know Barry's calling. He's got to be.
I would do the trade. I would do the Wyatt Teller and 42nd for Judy. I know people might not like that, but
I agree. I think I would do that.
You can the right guard is the most replaceable position on the line. If you can get
Correct.
that kind of talent and the 42nd pick, who cares? You got 2/3, so.
Right, and if your center's good enough, which we re-signed Ethan Pocic,
who's a top 5 center.
Center's good enough, he can pick up the slack. And I think Ethan Pocic.
You still got Nick Harris who can swing the right guard.
And Michael Dunn.
Michael Dunn. You could draft a guy. It's a pretty deep guard draft. We were talking about the kid out of UCLA. What's his name? Mafi. I like him too. There's a lot of options there. But you just re-signed a top 5 center in the league, which I like. You got a Hall of Fame left guard. I know some people don't like Jed Wills. I think Jed's solid. He can still get better.
Jed's solid. Not like Pro Bowl talent, but he's solid.
You got Conklin. You know what you're getting from Conklin, so you got to really worry about him. But, I mean.
Yeah, Conklin, if he's healthy, is one of the best right tackles in the league.
Yeah, you know what you're getting from him. And I trust Bill Callahan with anybody. So, he's the best O-line coach in the league. But you got to get this receiver thing down. If I get Jerry Jeudy for that, I'm all in. I'm all about it.
I'm all about it, dude. I'd be all about it. If they re-announced the Jerry Jeudy trade, I'd be hype. And I think he gives the Browns exactly what they need, exactly what they're looking for. And I've had these conversations with people on, Twitter, Spaces, all that good stuff on their own shows about they're hesitant to trade 42, and I understand the gap between 42 and 98 is pretty heavy. But if it takes pick 42 and just pick 42, I always ask them, it's like, is there a receiver or player at 42 that you think is better and can have an immediate impact as Jerry Jeudy would on this team right now? And every time they answer, I don't think so. No. So if it takes
the tape last year.
Exactly. He's so good at creating separation. He's worked on his drop issues.
And he had to play in that too. In college, he was great. Yards after the catch.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's my age. He's 23 years old. Like, the dude's barely scratched the surface.
And he's only 23. He's going to his 4th year in the league.
Yeah.
He is. It would be mind-numbing to me if if he is available and the price isn't ridiculous.
I don't know. I don't know if he is available. I don't. I mean, I don't why they would trade him. I don't know, but
Well, all the
unless he wants
reports,
out.
right? All the reports said they were shopping him and Sutton, and I don't see why they would just let that report leak and then have all these reports of like these teams are interested in talks with Denver, and then for them to be like, "Psych." That just doesn't make any sense to me. So,
I know they want to get rid of Sutton, but I don't know who wants Sutton. I mean,
I mean, I wouldn't mind a Cortland Sutton. I think,
doesn't he have
like,
a bigger contract?
again, I think it's decently sized, but like you can always restructure. But here's the thing, too. It's like, who would you rather at that point? Because people have been clamoring for D Hop, and I want to point out, I would be fine if we signed D Hop, but like,
Oh, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take
we'll
Odell.
take him absolutely. But
I'll take Odell for the right price at this point.
right, and if we traded for a D Hop, I wouldn't be upset. I don't think that makes the Browns worse. I think it makes them better. Any wide receiver addition will make them better. It's just like how much better. D Hop doesn't give you necessarily what you need. He's just he's 10 times what DPJ already gives you.
You're
Doesn't get
moving
open a
DPJ to the
whole hell of
bench
a
at that
lot, but
point.
he will catch anything. He will
You're
catch anything.
you're moving DPJ to the bench at that point.
Oh no, he'd still be at 2. So if
You
like
can't.
the way I
D Hop
see,
and they do the same thing. I can't have them out there together.
so I
I gotta
think
get.
if
I need some
we
speed.
well, Amari Cooper, people forget he's not slow like at all. He runs like a 4.4. He's not like a burner by any means, but
But
he's a
he
fast
does his own.
receiver.
He does his own thing. They need somebody on the outside, which they have, and maybe bring in a better one. And then they still need that slot. They need that speed in the slot or somewhere.
Right.
Maybe just a volume.
And
Like what about a guy like Hunter Renfro?
I'm not big on Hunter Renfro at all. I'll be the first to
I'm
tell
not
you
saying
that.
I'm not saying he's like the only, but it's better than what we. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's not many choices left. So
There's not, but if given the choice between all of the gentlemen we talked about and Hunter Renfro, I'd go with almost anybody else we just talked about. Like I
well, I'm
know
gonna
he
say
was a
I'm
Pro
signing
Bowler
two of
last
them.
year.
I'm signing two of them though. I'm not just bringing in one. I want to. Here's
Right.
how I view it. I want either Judy, D Hop, or if I had to go a bigger name, just because he's a name, and who knows, OBJ. I want one of those three, and then I want a McCole Hardman along with them, or a Hunter Renfro, preferably Hardman. I think the speed would be much better for us. Plus, I think D Bell kind of can do what Renfro does in some ways if he develops. So
Right. Yeah,
that's how I would
I'm
view
of
it.
the right. I think how it's going to be end up going, especially on at the pace on which we're signing people. I think we're going to sign probably one more defensive lineman at this rate, maybe a linebacker if the price is right for some of these guys that are still out there. Um, and I think we will add a receiver either in free agency or through trade, but I don't think we're going to sign more than one or trade for more than one. And then I think we're going to probably draft it. So I think if there is a trade in the works for Judy, this is like in my like little head canon, if you will,
It's
that
very hidden.
it's very hidden. I think how it would work is Barry is trying everything he can to keep pick 42 because in his mind, if he can trade a player and our only third round pick, he can use pick 42 to reacquire some assets in the late second and early third, maybe
Mm-hmm.
to fill that need of whatever player they end up trading. So I
It
don't
could be a
know.
situation
I
too where you take Judy and maybe like something they don't want. They could give you like something, we throw in Harrison Bryant. I don't
right.
know.
And I think in that case, it probably would be pick 42 and uh, a lesser player. I think the way that the trade might shake out would be like a high caliber player, like you said, like a Wyatt Teller, maybe a Greg Newsome. I don't know if signing another corner today was more writing on the wall or not. I know he's generally a special teamer, but he did take a lot of snaps in the slot. And Mike Ford was very good in the slot last year, so I think it was a
Well,
very
if there's
smart
one thing
signing.
they can do well, they drafted their arguably best corner in the third round last year. They can draft a
Correct.
corner
And
pretty
you and
good.
I, yes, absolutely. You and I love Martin Emerson,
I think
rightfully
Martin Emerson
so.
could be a star. I think he already is a
Uh,
rising star.
he was the sixth ranked corner in coverage last year. Sixth in the
Yeah, I
whole
think
NFL, all of it.
he's so rare with his size, and he's not like he's tall and lengthy. He's tall and strong, and he can get up.
Richard
He can
Sherman
jump.
Jr.
Yeah, he can jump. He can run. I mean, that dude is 6'2". He's I don't know how he fell to the third round. I don't know, but
That's what
that dude's
everybody
nasty.
said.
Yeah,
Did
he's
you see all
nasty.
the redrafts where he went like 15?
Yeah, he should. He was the best corner in that draft.
Well, I think he's very good, and I think he can turn into an All Pro. But I still think Sauce Gardner. And I thought Sauce Gardner was the
Oh, yeah, my
best player
bad.
in
Yeah,
that
you're
draft.
right. I forgot about Sauce.
I
My
think
bad. I was
Sauce
trying to
Gardner was the
think
best
too.
player, period, in that draft.
No, he was. I forgot about Sauce. My bad, Sauce. I forgot. But I was trying to think too. Was there another corner? But I couldn't think of one. Yeah, I should have thought it. Yeah, Sauce by far. Yeah, but Martin was easily number two.
Oh yeah, number two definitely. The cat that the Texans drafted was super underwhelming his rookie year, unfortunately. Um, I thought that kid out of LSU would have been better too, Andrew Booth Jr. But I'm rambling
I
a
would say
little
if you're
bit.
drafting for the future, you take Sauce one, you take Martin two. I would.
Oh, absolutely. And but yeah, I think as far as overall grade, also we re-signed Josh Dobbs today, which I love. I love Josh Dobbs, high character guy, great
Hmm.
backup. You know, just
I think he
everybody
could
loved
help
him.
into the next Jacoby percent.
Oh, for sure. And he's got better speed and better pickup with his legs than Jacoby. No hate. That wasn't a hate comment towards Jacoby. I love Jacoby too. Same kind of character guy. But so far, I give the Browns a B plus, A minus.
Hmm.
Um, obviously we missed out. We were in talks with Draymond Jones, and then we were in talks with Javon Hargrave. It was between us and the Niners. Adam Schefter tweeted. So like, we missed out on some like high caliber guys, but I think what we filled everything else in with, I think is excellent. We've
Hmm.
addressed all our needs, and we've done it very smartly. I mean, hell, we restructured Watson's contract. We thought we would have to restructure more players, but just based off of that one restructure, we still have $11 million left in cap space, and we've signed six players. So,
Hmm.
just off of that, maybe I'll move into the A minus. Maybe it becomes an A plus in my book, depending on
So you're
what we
giving him
do
an
at
A minus
receiver.
already?
So far, I think I've liked all of the additions. In my mind, I'd like to see one more proven defensive tackle. I didn't even mention like the other two proven guys that we signed, like Tristan Hill from Dallas, and
I like
well,
the Maurice
technically
Hurst
he was
signing.
in Arizona. The Maurice Hurst signing is good. If he could be healthy, he was good in the Raiders, but that was a long time ago. So, they're prove it deals. They might not even make the team. We'll see.
I think they're just betting on Perry and Winfrey.
Yeah, I know they like Perrion, but Matt Ioannidis is still out there, and if you can get him at the right price, he was really good for the Panthers. I'm high on him. If you can get him for a 2-year deal, 7 mil, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd like to see
Yeah.
another D tackle that's more proven and a wideout. Would you
Yeah.
agree, or do you see any other needs that they would
No,
have?
they need a wide receiver. That's their biggest need. They need a wide receiver. They got to do something. I mean that here I get they did all this nice stuff on defense, but you can't score points. None of it matters.
Oh, I agree.
So I think wide receiver is just as important as D line. Really, I said that going into it because those receivers we got, the group overall is not good. That's not good enough at all. So
I would
they need
say
to get
it's
this
not
receiver thing down. That's why. See, that's why I look at it. So my grade right now is a C plus because it's not
really.
complete yet. It's not complete yet. There's two sides of the ball. I'll give
You
you
wouldn't even
half.
give them like a B, just a straight B.
No, I'll give him a C plus. They couldn't give me one wide receiver by now. I know it's early. That's why I'm saying it's fluent. It's a C plus for now. I'm just keep it in the middle because yeah, you did all this great thing on defense, like I said, but you got to get wide receiver, man. And they still need a linebacker too. So
Yeah, I guess I'm not as terribly worried about linebacker just because near the end of the season, they were bringing in guys like Reggie Ragland and Tay Davis was out there. You know what I mean? Tony Fields, like
mm,
just some dudes. You know what I mean? Like Reggie Ragland was working at Kroger's and then came out and played linebacker for us. and he played fine. He played better than fine. You know, I I'm not as worried about linebacker as some would be. I get it, but like eh, I'm just it's not as
I try to
high on
pursue
my
Bobby
list.
Wagner. I'm trying to bring back A-Walk. You got to get some veteran in there like that. They got to
Yeah,
get
and
veteran.
here I love AWOG. I don't understand, especially because the Commanders seem to be like would only be signing AWOG for the vet minimum. Like if that's
Hmm.
the case, I don't know why you wouldn't re-sign AWOG. I love AWOG. Um, like it's mind-boggling to me, really. But I
I
mean,
don't
if
know.
if that means that you're trying to sign a Bobby Wagner, then I mean, fuck it. you know,
Yeah.
like if you get Bobby Wagner, then great, you get Bobby
I would try to
Wagner.
get. I'm going for Bobby Wagner, and like I said, I need one of the three names, and then another piece behind that. Then I would draft another receiver. I'd bring three receivers. I'd draft another guy in the draft. I like Michael Wilson out of Stanford. Maybe in
I
the
know you
third
do.
if you can get him
You're
there.
so
I'd take
high on
him.
Michael Wilson.
I think it's just gonna be a steal. I mean, before we get out of here, I mean, what do you see the rest of the? What receiver do you think they'll get? You get to predict
In free agency or the draft?
trade, draft, anything. What do you see?
I I'm still hanging on to the hope that they're going to trade for Jerry Judy.
Okay.
I'm there. I don't. I think if they would have, I think if they wanted Mecole Hardman, they would have already signed Mecole Hardman. Um, so I think they're working on a trade for either Jerry Judy, maybe somebody else that we're not even talking about right now, maybe an Elijah Moore. I don't know. Um, but in the draft, I'm not as high on Michael Wilson, and I don't think we're going to pick at 42. Even if we keep that pick, I think we'll move back. So I'm going to go some guys that'll be available, I think, in the third round.
He might
I'm
be
going to
there in
go
the third.
jump. He might be, but if he's not, I'm going to go these two guys I'm really high on. Jonathan Mingo out of Ole Miss. Excellent receiver, super fast, big guy. Second, and this is my preferred pick, Marvin Mims out of Oklahoma. Great combine, great in single coverage, super fast. I
I'd
am
probably throw Tyler Scott in there.
Tyler Scott's going to be gone in the early second. That's my only issue with it. Hell,
You think
some
he'll be
people have
there?
him going in the first.
Really?
It's a weird wide receiver draft,
It's
Joseph.
very, yeah, it's
I
very.
think you'd agree
Some
with
I
that.
see like some I see him in the third, some have the second. I don't. I mean,
Yeah, and
if
I've
he's
seen
there,
mocks
I'm
with
just
him in
saying
the
if he's
first.
there,
I've
you
seen
take him.
Josh Downs going in the first. It's a weird wide receiver draft. No one can agree.
Hmm.
Weirdest wide receiver draft I've ever seen. Like everybody's like, well, these guys are really good or these guys are mid. Like I
So you think
just
they'll
nobody
draft one of
agrees.
those guys, and then you think they'll trade for Judy?
Yes, I think if we trade for a Judy, then you might see a bigger
Now,
receiver.
If
Like
Judy's not available, then what do you do to get a proven guy?
if Judy's not available, I'd probably go with McCall Hardman. I think he gives you what you need, and then I'd probably draft a more possession-based route runner receiver, which I would
You
do at
would bring in
42.
Harbin for you'd sign like an Odell or another proven
I
guy?
just, I love Odell. I would love Odell back in Cleveland. I just think that's, I think, I think we have the money. I think we could do it. I don't think he will do it. All the reports are saying that he's just not really as open as coming back to Cleveland as some people think. But hell, I could be wrong. They could be wrong. I'm just going off the base of what I've read. Um, I really think for a receiver, Barry's trying to trade for something. Maybe it's
Hmm.
a name we haven't even discussed that nobody would have even thought of being available, And that's
Possibly.
just how the news goes sometimes. People don't become available and then all of a sudden they are.
Is Michael Pittman
Um,
available?
but yeah, I mean,
Is Michael Pittman available?
yeah, it could be a Pittman. I like Michael Pittman,
Oh,
and
I
that
like
could be
Michael Pittman. I
a
don't think
trade
he's
target.
available, but I'll take him certainly.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird free agency because my Andrew Berry is really good at not telling anybody anything and keeping his cards close to his chest. I mean, hell, Mike Ford himself today had to come out and say, "Dog Pound, what's up?" on Twitter. Nobody knew he was
Nobody
signing with
knew, and
us.
his teammates were on
No,
comedy like, "What are you talking about?"
yeah, like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, Moffitt, the safety from the Falcons, was like, "Wait, are you serious? What? You go
Yeah,
to
he's like,
Cleveland?"
"What?" He's like, "I'm out."
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm gone. I'm in Cleveland." But yeah, so I really hope it's Judy. I know we're interested. It just makes too much sense. And if it's anybody else, I wouldn't be upset. I would like to. What if I got my perfect world? I would trade for Jerry Judy. I would use, and that would be keeping pick 42. I trade back into the third, uh, draft a guard, and then I draft like a Jonathan Mingo, or if he's there, this kid out of Princeton, Andre Yosivas, who's big, speedy, can catch. He's like Andrew Schwartz if Andrew Schwartz had. I'm sorry, Andrew Schwartz, Anthony Schwartz. He's like Anthony Schwartz if Anthony Schwartz had hands.
Mm.
So yeah, there's a couple things they could do. Again, the kind of what we were talking about before free agency even started. The Browns have so many options. What they can do, I'm not too worried about it, but they got to do something soon. I
They gotta
agree with you.
see what they figured out
Right.
before trading
They
camp.
got to do something soon. They're torturing us. Yeah, they're torturing us.
Yeah, I know. But, all right, man. Well, that's our free agency update and our grades for you guys. You guys on the way out, Mike, real quick before we get going.
Go Browns. Please, please trade for Jerry Judy. Please,
Yeah,
please.
please trade for Judy. Please give us something. Please.
Just give us the Jerry Judy trade. I'll be so happy.
Gosh. But all right, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully next time I come on, they got Jerry Judy in the Browns uniform.
Yeah, hell yeah.
By the way,
Good
anybody
night,
need a
beautiful
car? Anybody
people.
need a car? Go see my man Mike at Fred Martin Nissan down in
I'm at Fred Martin
Whitesburg.
Nissan. Come see me. I'll hook you up. The brand new shiny Nissan, little Rogue action.
Or
I'll do a little
Murano
dance
Mike.
for you if you want. Murano
Dance
Mike
for
or a Murano.
Murano Mike.
If you prefer a Murano.
What's your nickname, Murano Mike?
Or
You said
Armada Antonace. I've sold a lot of those things.
you used to be Malibu Mike. Now you're Murano Mike.
Yeah, I'm so good at getting that inventory sold.
All right, man. Well, I'll see you. Thanks for coming on and giving your update. I'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Thank you for having me as always. Love you
Yeah.
dearly. Be safe, all of you. Love you, beautiful people.
All right. Let's see.
Bye.
All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in for the Browns free agency update and our grades. I'll see you guys later on. Uh, Pretty soon, another episode of the Real, some live streams and all that. And yeah, like my man Mike said, go Browns. Try to they get Jerry Judy, and yeah, love all you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Go Cavs. We got that going on. So they start back their. They have like 4 or 5 days off. They come back tomorrow. So hopefully they finish out the season strong, go in the playoffs. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out of here. Gone.